بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, and upon his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day. To proceed, ikhwan, Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min du'a'in la yusma'. Verily, Ya Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no soul, and from a heart that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered, To proceed, يا إخوان, فنواصل معكم في هذا اليوم المبارك عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we continue with our beloved brothers and our beloved sisters in this blessed and noble night of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين متعلمين من اللغة العربية, as we continue to learn and derive benefit from the science of the Arabic language. فأين توقفنا؟ من يعلم? So what was the last page that we stopped at? Who remembers?
I believe it was page 41. I'm not sure.
Page 41. Our sister says page 41. I don't think we did chapter 5 yet. I think we're still on exercise 6. We're going into chapter 5 upon...
Yeah, you told us the first 2 pages.
طيب جميلة. أحسنتي. طيب. So we're on chapter 5. طيب. من له أسئلة أو كلام أو شيء? Who has any questions so far, any concerns or the likes? Everyone is understanding so far? طيب. So we're on chapter number 5. طيب. الباب الخامس. Chapter 5. طيب. قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So the author continues. The sound, طيب, the number, the sound, masculine and feminine plurals, personal pronouns, some simple verb forms. طيب في هذا الباب طيب المدرس سيعلمنا بعض عدد من العربية المفرد والمثنى والجمع. So in this chapter the author is going to teach us some of the numbers regarding the Arabic language, not the actual numbers 1, 2, or 3, but the singular, the dual, and the plural. قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. There are 3 numbers in Arabic: the singular mufradun, the dual مثنى, and the plural. طيب اكتبوا هذا. Write this down يا إخوان. طيب المفرد. First word we're going to learn today is المفرد. The singular. المفرد المفرد المفرد. طيب المفرد the singular. المفرد. فهذه الكلمة تعتبر جديدة لنا فتكتب 25 مرة. So this word is a new word for us. المفرد. So our new words, we write our new words 25 times, I believe. What number did we give this group? 25 or 10? Who remembers? 10. So our new words, we write them 10 times each. طيب المفرد. الثاني أو الثانية, second word of tonight. المثنى. المثنى, the dual. المثنى. 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 المثنى هو الذي يدل على اثنين. The مثنى is the dual, the thing that points to two people or two things. المثنى. المثنى. فعندنا الآن المفرد. Now we have the singular. المفرد. And we also have المثنى, the dual. المثنى. طيب الثالثة, the third word of today. The third word of today. الجمع. الجمع, the plural. الجمع. So now we have two. المفرد, the singular. المثنى, the dual. الجمع, the plural. Next word. الجمع, the plural. الجمع. الجمع, the plural. الجمع. الجمع. طيب من يكرر? Who can repeat these three words?
المفرد.
Good.
المثنى.
Good. أحسنت. أحسنت. ومن أيضا? Who else can repeat the three terms?
المفرد.
Good.
المثنى.
Good.
الجمع.
أحسنت. الجمع. طيب ومن? Let's see what else.
See the second one off of it, right?
نعم. المثنى. طيب الآن عفوا. You have it yet, our sister? المفرد. طيب أين يوسف يا إخوان? Where's our brother Yusuf?
Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام. طيب اقرأ هذه الثلاثة. Read the three words, Yusuf. First word.
Al-Mufrad,
أحسنت.
Al-Mutanna,
Good.
Al-Jama.
أحسنت أحسنت. What happened to our مثنى يا إخوان؟ I deleted it. أحسنتم أحسنتم. طيب الآن سنعرفها. Now let's learn what they mean. عندنا المفرد. So now we have المفرد. المفرد. This should be a fa. طيب المفرد. Let's add our vowels. المفرد. المفرد. طيب المفرد باللغة العرب ما يدل على شيء واحد. شيء واحد. طيب first definition of tonight. In the Arabic language, the mufrad. What is the mufrad? المفرد ما يدل أو ما دل على شيء واحد. First definition of tonight. The mufrad is ما دل على شيء واحد. That's it. ما دل على شيء واحد. طيب I'll say it, you say it. I'll say it, you say it. ما دل ما دل على شيء واحد. ما دل على شيء واحد. ما دل على شيء واحد. الله أكبر. جميلا. طيب عبد السماء تفضل. ما دل على شيء واحد.
ما دل على شيء واحد.
أحسنت. Brother Yusuf. ما دل على شيء واحد.
ما دل على شيء واحد.
ما شاء الله. ستبين ما دل على شيء واحد.
ما دل على شيء واحد.
ما شاء الله. أحسنت أحسنت. طيب sometimes when the people log on I can see them, sometimes I can't. So anyone that joins late, if I don't mention your name, it's not that I'm ignoring you. Sometimes I can see my login list and sometimes I can't. It's something in my settings I think I gotta check. It used to come up and it would let me know who logged on, but I think I have to change my settings. طيب فالمفرد شيخنا كيف؟ تفضل. ما دل على شيء واحد. أحسنت أحسنت. طيب write this down. You can't hear me? Can everyone else can hear? Only Sheikh Nakir can't hear? Check your end, Sheikh, also. If everyone can't hear, then it's probably on my end. But if some of you can hear and some of you can't, it may be on your end.
Button that looks like a speaker, you gotta hit it.
Hit that little speaker icon, she says.
The little speaker looking icon. If you check your screen, it's right next to the word "V."
Are you on your phone, Sheikh, or are you on your iPad? Because you can also listen. If you can call up on they have a dial-up number also where you can listen from your phone regularly without the internet, or you can click that internet, that little icon, the speaker thing, and listen through the internet service also. طيب, write this down يا إخوان. طيب, المفرد ما دل على شيء واحد. The mufrad, we're going to say, is what points to one thing. The mufrad is what points to one thing. Hey, wa alaikum salam. You sound a lot clearer on our end too. Allahu Akbar. Play, write this definition down. Second part of tonight's homework. Our first definition. ما دل على شيء واحد. What points to one thing. This is called al-mufrad. فمثلا عندكم هذا? Everyone have this? طيب. فمثلا, that's a new word يا إخوان. We'll give you a more eloquent word. Instead of saying, we don't like to talk like everybody else, we'll give you a different word. نموذجا. نموذجا. Write this word down. If you want to say, for example, نموذجا. 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 For example. نموذجا. For an example. So it's a new word. نموذجا. Instead of saying مثلا, everyone says that. So let's say it, speak a little different, a little more eloquent. Everyone says مثلا, same meaning. نموذجا means مثلا, same meaning, just a new synonym or different synonym. طيب, نموذجا, for example, نقول المسلم. Write this word down يا إخوان. المسلم. المسلم. طيب, من يترجم? Who can translate? سماع. The Muslim. طيب, the Muslim. طيب, هذه العربية أو الإنجليزية يا إخوان? This in Arabic or English? The Muslim. That's an English word or Arabic word? Huh?
Arabic.
Yeah. So translate it to English.
Believers.
طيب, the believers will be close. The believers. The believer. طيب. We'll give you another one. Our sister says the submitter, the one who submits, is better. The submitter, 2 T's. طيب, or the one who submits. This will be better. The Muslim, that's Arabic. Y'all didn't translate that first one. The believer, طيب. For the believer, that's al-mu'min. Al-mu'min. May Allah make us all believers, ya ikhwan. The believer is higher than a Muslim. The believer is not every Muslim. This is the goal of the Muslims, to be believers in Allah, true believers in Allah. This should be all of our goals. Not to just be a submitter, no. To be higher. You want to be the best. You want to be the best in everything you do. That's a sunnah. Whatever you do, علينا فيما نفعل نحاول أن نحسن فيه. In anything that we do, We try our best to do it to the best of our abilities. No, I don't have to be better than you. You don't have to be better than me. No, I have to be the best I can be, and you have to be the best you can be. So believer is more the mu'min. The mu'min is the believer. So the submitter, or the one who submits, will be more accurate. Naam. Tafadali.
So if I were to say al-mu'mineen, that would be the plural for al-jama.
Accent, Yusuf, mashallah, accent, perfect. So the mu'minun, as Yusuf said, that will be the plural when you add that wow. Now Yusuf recited it with a ya. He says al-mu'mineen. We're going to get there. Grammatically, that's incorrect. Grammatically, it's really the wow. But let's go step by step. The plural is the last one. Let's go step by step first. طيب, if I say al-muslimu, the submitter, or the one who submits, the male, the masculine who submits, or the male who submits. طيب, if we want to say the woman who submits, نجعلها مؤنثة. We have to make it feminine. المسلمة. We add the ta المربوطة. We add the ta المربوطة. المسلمة. Same meaning. الأولى للمذكر والثانية للمؤنث. Except the first one is for the masculine and the second is for the feminine. Same meaning. The male who submits to Allah, in Arabic, he's al-Muslim. The female who submits to Allah, in Arabic, you say al-Muslim. طيب. Al-Muslim, the one who submits. كم هم? How many are they? واحد, اثنان, أو أكثر من ثلاثة. Is it one Muslim, two, or more than three? Our sister says واحد, one. وهذا صحيح, and that's correct. So the word al-Muslim is mufrad, is singular. طيب, كيف عرفنا? How do you know it's singular? من المعنى, from the meaning. From the meaning. Now there are some signs you can use, but not for the singular. There are some signs, we're going to get to the signs, the shakal. For the mufrad, ليس له shakal. It doesn't have a specific shape. It doesn't have a specific shape. شكله عدم شكل المثنى والجمع. We're going to give you a tremendous benefit. We hope all of you get it, inshallah. So the mufrad doesn't have a shape. طيب, singular, that's the mufrad. Now the mufrad does not have its own shape. There's no shape that you can memorize that's going to teach you that this word is singular. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. طيب. But it has a shape that's the معدوم شكل المثنى والجمع. It doesn't have its own shape. Yes. But if it does not have the shape of the muthanna, the dual, and it does not have the shape of the plural, then it has to be singular. So by itself, it has no shape. So write this down. ليس له شكل معين. It doesn't have its own shape. ليس له شكل معين. It does not have its own specific shape. There's nothing to memorize as far as the shape. No, It does not have its own shape. Mu'ayyinun. It does not have its own shape. There's nothing to memorize, but we're going to give you a tremendous benefit. There's no shape to memorize regarding the mufrad, regarding the singular. There's nothing to memorize as far as the shape of it. It doesn't exist. However, if it does not have the shape of the muthanna, the dual, and it does not have the shape of the plural, then by default it has to be the mufrad. So the mufrad does not have its own shape, but the muthanna does. The mufrad does not have its own shape, but the jami' does. So if it does not have the shape of the muthanna and it does not have the shape of the plural, then by default it is singular. Right. Who can repeat?
By default, not she. If it have shape of the muthannin or the jama, it
By default?
by default.
What is it if it doesn't have the shape of the muthanna and it doesn't have the shape of the jami', then what is it by default?
Mufrad.
Ahsanti. So there are only three. There are only three it can be. It can only be al-mufrad. Al-mufrad. It can only be the singular. There are only three types when it comes to numbers. The nouns is only three types. Either it's going to be a singular, al-mufrad, or al-muthanna, the dual, or al-jami', the plural. So either plural, or dual, or singular. That's all it can be. There's nothing else left. It's only three. So the muthanna, so the mufrad, ليس له شكل معين. It doesn't have a specific shape. But the other two do, or does. Right? So in short, the mufrad, what I want you to memorize, who can repeat our definition? What is the mufrad?
The mufrad is singular.
What was the meaning?
To one,
Eh? Repeat.
it points to one thing.
Eh.
No particular shape.
Okay, so which one is the meaning? Give us a definition first before your benefit. What did we give the definition?
It's singular. What points to one thing?
Ahsanti. Sorry, so stop there. First thing we're gonna learn the meaning. We wrote that down. For homework, you're gonna write the mufrad. All I want you to write is ma dalla ala shay'in wahid. What points to one thing? That's it. If you understand this definition, you got all three of them and you don't even know it yet. If you really understand this one and you really got it, if you really understand it, you understand the muthanna, the dual. If you understand the mufrad, you understand the jama'. We're just going to change one word, maybe two words. The mufrad is what points to one thing. That's it. Anything that points to one thing in Arabic is called al-mufrad. Al-mufrad. That's it. طيب. So the word al-Muslim. Let's see who's really paying attention now. It's a trick question. لا تستعجلوا. Don't rush. So the word al-Muslim. There should be a dhamma. Al-Muslim. We said that it's what? Mufrad. We said it's singular. We said it's singular. طيب. How do you know it's singular? It's a trick question. Don't rush. How do you know it's singular?
It's pointing to one thing.
MashaAllah. Sent. Yusuf. Jamilan. You know it's singular because of the meaning. It's pointing to one thing. So thus forth, it's singular. That's it. If you understand that, you got the other two automatically. As we're going to explain inshallah. الذي يدل على شيء واحد يسمى مفردا. Anything that points to one thing is called mufrad. So let's see who's really paying attention now. Let's change our words. We'll give you a harder word now. Oh yeah. Al-ardu. It's one of our vocabulary words. Whose turn? Sama. Tarjum. Translate. Al-ardu. Ahsant. Ahsant. طيب. The earth. Is the earth mufradan, muthanna, or jama'? Is it the mufrad? Is it the muthanna? Is it the jama'?
It's the mufrad.
Our brother says mufrad. Whose turn? Shaykhna كيف عرفنا? How do we know it's the mufrad?
Because it points to one thing.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ahsant, ahsant. How do you know it's the mufrad? It's only pointing to one. It's pointing to one thing, so it's the mufrad. That's it. Allahu Akbar. طيب, let's give one more example. نموذجا آخر. Another example. Sister Bayina, your word is طيب. الدعاء. الدعاء. Dua is supplication. Mufradun, muthanna, or jama'. Is it the mufrad? Is it the muthanna? Or is it the jama'?
Mufrad.
Supplication. طيب. Our sister says mufrad. Singular. Whose turn? Sama. كيف عرفنا? How do you know it's the singular?
Because it's pointing to one thing.
That's it. Our sister says it's the mufrad. And that's correct. How do you know? It's only talking about one. It's pointing to one. One singular dua or a dua is one. Singular. Just one. طيب. عندكم هذا? Everyone understands that? فهمتم? Everyone understands? جميلا. طيب. Next point. المثنى. Now the muthanna is trickier, but it's easier at the same time. It's trickier, if I can say that. It's more tricky from one angle, and it's easier from another angle. Why is it more tricky? لأنه لا يسمع كثيرا. Because you barely hear it. No one talks in the muthanna. Even in English, it doesn't exist in English, but in Arabic, you barely hear someone referring to two people only. You don't hear it a lot. So it's easily missed. Because you don't hear it a lot. So the muthanna, al-muthanna, المثنى the dual. طيب المثنى the, let's make this English يا اخوان, the dual. طيب ما معنى المثنى? What does it mean the مثنى? انظر, remember, أنا قلت لكم إذا تفهمون المفرد فهمتم المثنى وفهمتم الجمع. Remember what I mentioned to you. If you understand the mufrad, then you understand the muthanna. If you understand the muthanna, you understand the jama'. So what is the mufrad? Who can repeat the meaning of the mufrad? MashaAllah, sent. What points to one thing? ما دل على شيء واحد. That which points to one. Not two, not three, one. طيب. If you understand that, سنغير كلمتين. We're only going to change two words. So the muthanna, write this down. ما دل وعليكم السلام على شيئين. طيب, we'll make it easy. We're going to change one word. Let's make it easy. ما دل على شيئين. So write this down. ما دل على شيئين. ما دل على شيئين. So our muthanna, you're going to write ما دل على شيئين. That which points to two things. That's it. Mufrad, that which points to one thing. Muthanna, that which points to two things. وَلَهُ شَكَل. And the muthanna, it does have a specific shape. So we mentioned it's harder from one angle, or what did we say? It's trickier from one angle. It's more tricky from one angle. And we said it's easier from another angle. Why is it harder? Because you barely hear it. No one talks in the muthanna nowadays. Why is it easier? Because there is a shape to memorize. So it makes it easier. طيب. له الشكل. Next point. It has a certain shape. له شكل معين. It has a specific shape. له شكل معين. It has a specific shape, meaning to let you know, is the intent the muthanna or not? It has a certain shape. فيقول العلماء رحمهم الله تعالى شكل المثنى حرفان وقال بعضهم 3 أحرف وهما نفس المعنى. نفس المعنى. So the scholars of Islam, they say, or rather, the scholars of Arabic, they say, the shape of the muthanna is 2 letters. You're going to add the alif and the waw. You're going to add the alif. You're going to add the alif and the noon. You're going to add the alif and the noon. So the shape is زيادة ألف والنون. زيادة ألف wa noon. The addition of the alif and the noon. Where's my lam ya ikhwan? Al-alif, طيب. Wa-noon. So, with the muthanna, I want you to focus on 2 letters. Some scholars say 2 letters, some say 3. We're going to explain. But in reality, they're saying the exact same things. It's nothing different. Don't get scared yet. What I want you to memorize is alif and noon. That's it. Any word you're talking about, just add an alif and noon. All you have to do. You got it. زيادة الألف والنون. The addition or the adding of the alif and noon. That's all you're going to add is the alif and the noon. We mentioned some scholars say 2 letters, other scholars say 3. But in reality, it's the same. How can 2 and 3 equal? How can 2 and 3 equal? طيب. What this means is you're going to memorize the alif and the noon. But sometimes this alif can become a ya. So let's write that down. طيب. So you're going to focus on 2 letters. نركز على حرفين. Focus on 2 letters. ألف والنون. ولكن sometimes انقلبت الألف ياءً. But sometimes this alif is still alif. But sometimes she becomes a ya. So it's still only 2 letters. That's why they're saying the same. But sometimes this alif can become a ya. طيب. Sometimes the alif becomes a ya. This is the meaning of their speech. So we're going to focus on 2 letters. Alif and Noon. All I want you to memorize for the Muthanna is 2 letters. That's it. Alif and Noon. Alif and Noon. But sometimes, depending on the grammatical structure, the Alif can become a Noon. Alright, man yukarrir, who can repeat that benefit? What's the 2 letters?
Focus on Aleph and Noon.
Good.
And sometimes it becomes a yeah.
Accent.
Would that be Aleph Maksura with the yeah without the dots?
Our brother, our Sheikh is saying, would that be the Aleph Maksura? Here, not in this example. There is an Aleph Maksura, but that's not here. That's a good point of view though. Close. طيب. Write this word down يا إخوان. طيب. المسجد المسجد, the mosque, the place of worship for the Muslims. طيب. Let's make that bigger. المسجد المسجد. طيب. Let's take this away يا اخوان. المسجد هنا مفرد. The masjid is singular. مفرد. كيف عرفنا? How do we know it's singular? Man yujibu, who can answer? طيب. Our brother says alif wal lam. طيب. فائدة ثانية, another benefit. الألف واللام لا تدلان على المفرد. Now remember this point here, يا إخوان. The alif wal lam, it is there. Alif wal lam, you see it. But the alif wal lam is not an indication that the word is singular. So it's accent. The reason you know it's singular is because of what? The meaning. Remember the meaning, ya ikhwan. Mufrad means what? Something that points to one thing. So al-masjidu, the masjid. How many masjid? One. How do you know? Because mufrad means something that points to one. This word is only talking about one masjid, not two, not three. طيب. If we want to make it the muthanna now, let's just add the alif and the noon. So rewrite the word al-masjidu. Now we're going to add alif, noon. Yusawi becomes al-masjidani. That's it. Al-masjidu. You're going to add the alif and the noon. This noon is always going to be ni. Always. That's a benefit. It's always going to be ni. It's never going to be nu. It's never going to be na. Never. It's always going to be ni. So now the word becomes al-masjidani. And this is the alif and the noon that we added. Al-masjidani now becomes the two mosques. If I can say that in English. The two mosques. The two mosques. How many? Two. How do you know it's two? Alif and noon. This one does have a shape. And that shape is the additional alif and noon. That's it. So the muthanna lahu shakl. It has a shape. What's the shape? Alif and noon. That's it. Let's give another example. نموذجا آخر. Another example. طيب. الصلاة. الصلاة. من يترجمها? Who can translate? Accent. The prayer. طيب. الصلاة. الصلاة. طيب. مفردة مثنى أو جمع. Singular, dual, or plural. Accent. مفرد. Singular. كيف عرفنا? How do you know? Accent. What points to one thing? It only points to one. The prayer. One prayer. طيب. Now, let's make it two prayers. تفضل يا شيخ.
Just like the example before, I said alif lam. The reason why this is singular, the prayer.
طيب.
So what is this? That's what I would say about this is alif lam.
طيب. Okay. I believe Yusuf said the same point. طيب. Look at the alif wal lam, ya ikhwan. Good. Alif or lam is there. Now, I want y'all to understand this benefit. The alif or lam, it does mean something, but it has nothing to do with number. The alif or lam means what? It's a noun. But the alif or lam has nothing to do with number. The alif or lam can be on the mufrad, singular. The alif or lam can be on the muthanna, the dual. And the alif or lam can be on the plural. The alif or lam has nothing to do with, let's write this down, ikhwan. Alif or lam has nothing to do with number. Memorize that. It is a sign. Huma alama. It is a sign. Yes. لكن ليست علامة للعدد. But it's not a sign of number. No. It's a sign that it's a noun. Right? Alif and lam is a sign. Yes. But not a sign of number. It has nothing to do with number. No. It's a sign that the word is a noun. So alif or lam, it has nothing to do with number. That's number one. Number two, alif or lam, it is a sign. Yes. But not lil adad. But it has nothing to do, it's not a sign for number. Last benefit, number three. It's a sign that the word is a noun. That's it. So don't confuse the signs.
I put al-mufrad, no shackle.
Good. That's right. Finish the benefit. No shackle.
No shackle to memorize, so that means
we finished.
I don't have to recognize it.
Okay, but we gave another part to that. Don't stop in the middle of the benefit. It doesn't have a shekel. Who remembers? We said it doesn't have a specific shape. Yes. But the muthanna does. And the plural does. So if you don't see the muthanna shape and you don't see the plural shape, then by default it's singular. So that the shape of the muthanna, the shape of the mufrad, it doesn't have its own shape. Yes. The shape of it is the lack, the absence of the shape of the plural and the absence of the shape of the muthanna. You guys with me? Oh, yeah. Inshallah. I think we wrote it already, so I don't have to write it again. طيب, write this down يا إخوان. The mufrad ليس له شكل معين. It doesn't have its own shape. It does not have its own shape. تفضلي.
When we finish, we're going to be able to go back and rewatch this.
Yeah, when we get done, it's going to be on our YouTube. Samad's going to send it to the Masjid, and I'm going to send it to the group, the Telegram group that we all have. So the video is going to be there, and I'll also send the notes. Inshallah. So it does not have its own shape. Yes. But if you don't see the shape of the muthanna, alif and noon, and you don't see the shape of the jama', we didn't get there yet, waw and noon, then by default, it's a mufrad. طيب, let's go step by step يا إخوان. Almost done for tonight.
I wanted to write that down.
عفوا شيخ, تفضل. ليس له شكل معين. It does not have its own shape. There's not a shape to memorize. No, it doesn't have a shape. But if you don't see Aleph and Noon, the Muthanna shape, and you don't see Waw and Noon, the Jami' shape, then it's the Mufrad. طيب. Almost done for tonight, ya ikhwan. So we learned the Muthanna, we just memorizing 2 letters. Aleph and Noon. That's it. 2 letters. Tfadal.
Bro, Naeem, can you do Muslim for Mutana?
Inshallah. Let's give another example. طيب. Write this word down, ya ikhwan. Al-Muslim. Al-Muslimu. طيب, نضيف الحركات. Let's add our vowels. المسلم. طيب, الآن سنضيف فقط الألف والنون. We're just going to add ألف and noon. So that's all you're going to add. Now the noon is always going to have a kasra. So that noon is going to be ni, always. So it becomes al-muslimani. Al-musli. Now the dhamma that's on the meme disappears because the aleph follows it. So it can't be there because of the aleph. So that aleph or the dhamma that's on the meme disappears automatically because the aleph is there. So Muslim is really Muslimu, but the aleph follows it. So it can't be dhamma aleph there. So the Arab, it just becomes a fatha because of the aleph. Or you don't have to write anything actually if you don't want to, because it's an aleph, it's already known. But it has a fatha there. And this noon is always going to be kasra. So you add the aleph and the noon. That's all you do. Add the aleph and the noon to the end of the word. That's it. So al-Muslim becomes al-Muslimani.
Isn't that the aleph a duality? It's like to show that there's, I forget what you call it, but the aleph a dual.
Hey, our sense. This aleph, it does have a name. And her name is Aleph Al-Ithnain. This aleph, if you don't get that right now, no problem. It's going to come back again. This aleph, she has a name. The aleph of 2 people. That's her name. This aleph on here, you see this Muslimani? This aleph here has a name. That aleph. Al-alifu huna is called alifu ithnain. Alifu al-ithnain. The aleph of 2. That's her name. Al-alifu, the aleph here has a name. Alifu al-ithnain. The aleph of 2. The du aleph. Her name is the aleph of 2. Or you can say of the du. Of du. The aleph of 2. Aleph ithnain. This aleph lets you know that it's 2 people you're talking to or 2 people you're talking about. Right. طيب. So what did we do? All we did was add the alif and the noon. That's it. You do that masculine and feminine. So now let's give an example of the feminine. All you do is add the alif and noon. Same thing. You're not doing anything different. You're just going to add the alif and the noon. That's it. Let's give a feminine word. Somebody give us a feminine word, ya ikhwan. Malikatun. طيب. طيب. Let's make it a little more eloquent. Malikatun. Oh, malaikatun. Oh, that's masculine but feminine shape. طيب. Malikatun. We'll say what the one Yusuf said. Malikatun. طيب. Oh, malikatun. Let's use one of our own vocabulary words. Malikatun. Malikatun is what? A queen. طيب. Mufradatun, muthanna or jama', singular, the dual or the plural? Mufrada. How do you know? Who remembers? أحسنت أحسنت. ما دل على شيء واحد. It points to one. طيب. A queen. A queen. How many queens? A queen. A single queen. One queen. طيب. Now, all you're going to do is what? Add alif and noon. That's all you do. Alif, noon. Yusawi becomes malika tani. So the ta is already there. Ta marabuta. Now, if it ends in a ta marabuta, it becomes the open ta, and you add the alif. Same ta, but a different type. So ta marabuta is here. So since you're adding an alif, it becomes, this is the origin here. Ta marabuta. Since you're going to add the alif, this ta marabuta becomes a regular ta. That's it. Nothing changes except the look of it. Still a ta. So malikatun, we add the alif and noon, becomes malikatani. That's it. Same thing as Muslim. Muslimani. Malikatani. That's it. All you have to memorize, alif and noon. That's it. So today, not to be too long, we're going to stop there, inshallah. We gave a lot of benefits. It's a lot to remember. We're going to upload the video, inshallah. Go step by step. Memorize the term, and then you apply it. First thing I want you to do is understand, when it comes to numbers, we learned 3 terms. Now, this is a review. Some of you came a few minutes late. It's going to be there on the video, and we're going to send the homework, inshallah, also. طيب, we learned 3 terms. Al-mufradu, the singular. Then we learned al-muthanna, the dual. Then we learned al-jama', the plural. So this is the first step. Before you go on, write these words 10 times each. It's the first part of homework. Write each word 10 times. So that's how I want you to do your homework. Don't go on yet. No. Learn step by step. Make it easy. So the first thing we're going to do is memorize these terms. Al-mufrad, al-muthanna, al-jama'. So I'm going to write mufrad 10 times. Muthanna 10 times. Jama' 10 times. طيب. Mufrad, singular. Muthanna, dual. Jama', plural. Tonight, we didn't do the jama' yet. We'll save that for next class. Tonight, we did 2. Second part of tonight's homework. Write the meaning, not the translation, of mufrad and muthanna 10 times. We learned both of them tonight. So now we have to memorize them. So we're going to write each one 10 times. If you do it step by step, by Allah's mercy, يُسَهِّلُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى الْأَمْرَ عَلَيْنَا inshallah. Allah will make it easy upon us. If we're sincere, we're being diligent, we're trying our best, why wouldn't the most merciful make learning easy when he commanded us to learn and we're trying to learn for his sake? طيب. Last benefit we learned. The mufrad has no shape. Memorize this. Al-mufrad laysa lahu shaklun mu'ayyan. It has no specific particular shape. No, it doesn't. Al-mufradu laysa lahu shaklun mu'ayyanun. The mufrad does not have a specific shape. Mufrad does not have a specific shape. And then we gave a benefit. The muthanna does, and the jami' does. So if you memorize the shape of the muthanna and you memorize the shape of the jami', then what is not those two is the mufrad. And we'll go over that again in the next lesson, inshallah. And the last additional benefit, the muthanna has a shape, alif and noon. Al-muthanna, you're going to add alif and noon. That's it. So we'll stop there inshallah. وسأرسل إن شاء الله تعالى الفيديو إليكم. So we're going to send the video to everyone inshallah. It's going to be on our YouTube. It's also going to be on our Telegram Masjid ashaabil yameen channel or group. And you can go back to it inshallah. We'll also send the homework for those that like to prefer to read it. So we have no excuses to do the homework inshallah to the best of our ability. So we'll stop there. فَنَصَبْتُ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ وَأَنْ أَخْطَأْتُ مِنْ نَفْسِي. Anything we said that's correct is from Allah. Anything we said is incorrect is from ourselves. May Allah bless you all. Continue with your good work. And we'll talk with you soon inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. نعم تفضل يا شيخ. تفضل يا عبد الله. Yom Ahad, what did we do Yom Ahad? We're on the last ending of the Dalil Mu'allim book. I think we did 3 more pages. We didn't do a lot. We did a few more vocabulary terms. I don't think we learned any grammatical principles. We did it was like 2 exercises we did only on Yom Ahad. So you didn't miss much. If you go back to our YouTube, there is under the folder Dalil Mu'allim, and that class was class 34. So we should be done Saturday inshallah. On Saturday should be our last class inshallah. We're gonna try our best. It's maybe like 8 pages. I think it's like 9 pages left. So we're gonna try our best to breeze through them, and then we have a test coming, and then we'll start level 2 inshallah. Wa alaikum salam. So inshallah, Sheikh. I got you, Sheikh. I still got to come get my watch also.
Yeah. I'm going to
Inshallah. Sounds perfect.
Because you have to take it and
Okay.
this place is set to watch for you.
Okay. Inshallah. Sounds good.
If you whenever you in Philly, yeah, you just gotta just take a couple seconds.
I got you, Sheikh. Inshallah. May Allah bless you. And Sheikh Abdullah, on Saturday, we're going to start. Saturday's class is going to be 12 o'clock. Inshallah. So 12 o'clock, you can log on. Also, ya Ikhwan, since we're going to do the video for a few classes, on Sunday, our in-person class is at 1 o'clock at the Masjid. So is that still a good time to do it on video? Or
Yeah.
Perfect. Keep it at 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone has the login info. You don't have to keep logging in. Once you log in once, it should still be there. So our next class for this group here is going to be Sunday after Dhuhr at 1 o'clock, inshallah. As soon as we pray Dhuhr, we're logged in. Everyone has the login code now. And we'll continue, inshallah, on Sunday. May Allah bless you all. Our other group is Saturday at 12 o'clock. And they have that login information also. And may Allah bless you all.
Can you post this Word document in our chat as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. That's what I meant by the homework. I'm gonna send it to the vid. I'm gonna send it by video, and then I'm gonna send the homework pages my notes also. I got you.
Yes.
No, and may Allah bless you all. Yeah, ikhwan. Yeah, I have it, inshallah. And then you can also, when you get a moment, Samad, send it to the Masjid's YouTube. Yeah, see, this is what I was saying as far as when we get back in the city, we're going to try to work on the projector, because this is how it'll be. This is how I do my other class. The screen is easier to share. It's easier to write. It's more clear. You guys know how to look at my chicken scratch writing. Alhamdulillah. May Allah bless you all. Yeah, that's fine. I know Sheikh Nakir, when I first began with the brothers and sisters there, I said, oh, you guys got to look at my writing. My writing is the worst. Especially on a board. Yes, salam. I can't write on a board. It's difficult, yeah. So this is what I want to do, inshallah. When we get when we come back, we're going to try to use the projector, inshallah. And it's easier. It's faster for me, alhamdulillah. I can type a lot faster than I can write. Allahu Akbar. It's also more legible for the students. So it makes it easier on everyone, inshallah. And also to share the information too. Now, you'll see how it comes on a video, mashallah, is real clear. Alhamdulillah. So, inshallah, make dua, ya ikhwan. Keep us in dua. And we'll talk with you guys soon, inshallah. Anything that we said that's correct is from our Lord. Anything we said is incorrect is from ourselves. And may Allah bless you all, raise you all, forgive you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.